Yes, hello everyone. Yes, hello everyone. So in the video of today, I want to give you tips that will make you survive. I just want to give you tips that will make you survive and be healthy, and also try to digest them such that you avoid avoidable diseases. For example, cancers. These days, cancer is already becoming so common, and it is an issue, serious issue. So, let me start with stress and sleep. As a matter of fact, let me say this. You need to do, for example, there are certain tests you need to do at a given age. Appropriate tests, for example, if you are a woman, have you done a pap smear? Because we need to make sure that you don't get cervical cancer. That's one. Secondly, we have quality sleep. Have enough sleep. Make sure you really sleep enough, and when you get up, do whatever you want to do and finish it in a given time. But please, I beg, have enough sleep. You're gonna make a lot of money, and money never ends. But when it comes to sleep, please make sure you have enough sleep. Manage stress, meditation, go to places that you feel like you wanna be. And when you are there, please relax as it can. Limit exposure to environmental pollutants. Now, recently, I went in an industrial area. I found people dealing with timber, but I'm telling you, pollutants were everywhere. I could hardly see anybody, a person who is next to me, I could hardly see their face because of the many pollutants from timber. But guess what? No one had a mask. And this has been going on like that for years. My dear people, this could result into something serious in your lungs. I think I really have to do some health education for those people and also donate some masks. Surely, it was already. Secondly, clean environment. Make sure the room is well ventilated, the environment is clean, and the food you're having is stored very well. For example, Fiona, there is a tendency of you getting bread which have mold, and you cut off the part with mold and you utilize or eat the other one. As a matter of fact, do yourself a favor by throwing it away. Because by the time you see it with your eyes, it means the roots are already inside. So what you are doing, you are eating it while not seeing it by your eyes. As a matter of fact, you are going to eat a toxin called Aspergillus species, or which produces aflatoxins, and these aflatoxins could damage your liver, resulting into liver cancer. So live in a clean environment. And report unusual symptoms to your doctor. Report unusual symptoms to your doctor. Please make sure when you see any unusual symptom, go and report it. Most doctors, please, I beg, be as friendly as possible. Touch your patients. Allow them talk to you freely. Don't judge them. Let them tell you what is bothering them. Another thing is stay informed. Information is key. You ought to stay informed. Please subscribe, follow, so that you always get some of these tips, so that when it happens, at least you know, and also pass on the information to somebody else. Let's talk about infections. Get vaccinated. For example, for HPV, hepatitis B, go get vaccinated. Have safe sexual practices. Use protection or limit partners as it is. You get? Limit partners. Don't move around with James, Peter, Kayongo, Ivan, Rotwama, etc. Minimize Not minimize. Stop sharing sharp instruments, needles, etc. Then please treat chronic infections, for example, H. pylori, that could result into stomach cancer. Because, as a matter of fact, with time, it creates a wound, and this wound could, what we call ulcers, could result into cancer when you don't know. Stay informed about things like COVID-19 and respiratory infections. Get vaccinated over influenza, viruses, etc. Now, sun radiations, please. The sun light has got radiations that are really not good for your health and skin, which could result into a cancer with time. Please make sure you have a broad spectrum sunscreen. You get it? Sunscreen is very important tool, especially for people that live or work in sunshine for a long time. Wear glasses, sunglasses that can protect your eyes from radiations that are coming from the eyes to damage. For example, I am putting on one. You see? This filters radiations coming from laptops and other gadgets, of course, plus the sunlight. Not because my eyes have a problem, but because I just want to protect them from that. And please visit a dermatologist in case you have any skin issue. X-ray machines, please minimize exposure to X-ray radiations. And if you are a person working in these places or areas, please try and consider protective gear, because your life matters too as you're rushing to save the life of a patient. And it is of course good to follow guidelines while at work. Body weight. Maintain a healthy body weight. Go check, know your BMI. Because when you know your BMI, at least it's going to give a clue. When you gain or when you lose, at least you have a clue about how much you're supposed to eat and what you are not supposed to add in order to control your weight. So, one thing I was saying, do exercise activities. Do some exercise. For example, aerobics are good for the heart health and also the whole body in a whole, as a whole. So for that reason, do some exercises. Avoid elevators. Use stairs. Climb those stairs, because every single moment you use elevators, you are promoting laziness. If you are not rushing, if you don't have an emergency, use stairs, please, and go up. Try to also do some strengthening exercises. On top of aerobics, you can do some lifting, of course, as guided by the right person, in specific, a trainer. So please try and have some short walks in between your long sit periods. If you are a person who sits for a long time, walk. If you want to buy something in the evening, leave the car behind. You gotta walk and go buy that thing. Secondly, please, if you can walk while standing, make sure you do that. If it is possible, raise your chairs or your tables and sometimes do some work while standing. Diet. As a matter of fact, please have plate with the colorful fruits or vegetables. When you get your full plate, half of it should be colorful with some fruits and vegetables. Aim at having at least 5 vegetables or fruits in a day. That is on a daily basis. Limit red meat as much as possible. You can replace it with either fish or plant protein or even poultry. You get it? You can limit it, for example, if you have it in a week 5 times, you could start by tapering down. A Tuesday, give it to poultry or fish or something like that until you really minimize it, maybe 1 day a week or even 1 day in 2 weeks. You get my point? So, of course, cook it well as recommended. Don't eat raw meat and you may end up having other infectious agents. Please, olive oil. You can replace your oil with olive oil. Instead, all these other things. Reduce sugary drinks and sweets. If you have been taking a lot of sugar, carbohydrates, remember carbohydrates can also be turned into sugar. You know that? So for that reason, if you are a person who goes in a restaurant, especially African type of food, posho, cassava, rice, sweet potato, or one plate that is for breakfast, lunch, and supper, my dear friend, after years, you could get something else which is right away in the corner and you don't know. Please minimize the sugars. In the video, I've talked about something on TikTok. These days, a sugar is not as sugar. Sometimes labels, they don't label it as sugar. It may be hard for you to identify. So there are some other names they use, and I've tried to talk about them on TikTok. You can visit there and watch it. So please minimize sugar intake. Salt intake. Minimize salt. Imagine every day salt. Breakfast, lunch, supper. Salt for years. You end up with things like hypertension, you end up with a lot of things, kidney failure as a result, hypertensive heart disease. You understand? So please minimize salt. Raw salt is also not good. So stay hydrated. Take enough fluids. Please take enough fluids. You stay hydrated, toxins washed out of your body such that you can live healthy. Then choose whole grains over refined grains. These refined grains, bad. You understand? So if you are a person who is taking alcohol and tobacco, please, if you've not yet started, please, I beg, don't start. If you know anything in this world that looks simple but dangerous is alcohol and smoking, please don't start. I beg. And secondly, if you aren't smoking but you are in a group of people, friends who smoke, and you are in between them, please try and minimize that. Always request them, or you yourself get away, or tell them to reach somewhere and smoke from that side, because it is not healthy for you. This smoke, as it continuously go in the lungs, it causes inflammations, which is chronic inflammation, not only the lungs but also the blood vessels. You could end up with things that are affecting the integrity of the blood vessel itself. Okay? So, and if you are a person who takes daily, for example, in a week you take 7 times, you could start slowly by giving out one day. For example, if you take daily for 7 days, you could say, let me start a Tuesday, I will not be taking. With time you add a Wednesday too. With time you also add a Sunday, like that, until you can control that. So that is the beauty of having alcohol-free days. So, as a matter of fact, when you are drinking the alcohol itself, choose to drink it slowly, and please drink while eating something. Don't just take alcohol when you're not taking anything. Now, I've given you general tips that will make you have a good life. Please share this such that everybody can pick something from this. Could be your relative, could be your sister, could be your anybody. Make sure you share this so that we can do something for this world. Otherwise, thank you so much for following, and also please subscribe, share this video, and also I thank you for being around. Otherwise, thank you so much. I have to say bye-bye.